Danielle Banks, and I'm your host of D.I.E.M. Today we have Ashley Wilson, owner and designer of Luce Imagery and Designs. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Luce Imagery and Luce Designs?
Luce Imagery is my photography company, and Luce Designs has branched out into accessory design and paper specialties, stuff like save the dates, wedding invitations, baby shower invitations, things like that.
That's really cool. And I am wearing today one of Luce Designs headpieces. Is this from your bridal collection?
Yes, we have bridal, baby, we have everyday statement items. We have a necklace collection that is, it has stamped into some of the pendants are bold confessions of faith. Things that I would have told myself during the day to remind myself who I am in Christ, and they're encouraging things to have and to wear, and that is actually called my catalyst collection, because I feel like when you wear something like that, it's going to spark something. It's going to be a catalyst to a conversation that opens the door to talking to somebody about the love of God.
Amen. And you have on one of your necklaces?
Yes, this is one. This doesn't have the pendant on it, but this is just one of the everyday statement piece necklaces. So
that is really awesome. So how did you get started? What came first, designs or imagery?
The photography came first.
Okay.
And I started to notice that for some of the shoots, some of the girls want a very high fashion couture type shoot. And I was looking for these couture type prop pieces. And spending a lot of money for them, when I realized after I looked at them, let me see if I can make them.
Right.
And so I started to make stuff that was very, not everyday wear, but very couture looking. And then I cut my bangs, and I realized I personally wanted headbands more for the days that I did not want to wear the bangs. And so I started looking to make, elastic headbands and headbands that had embellishments on them that would make an outfit. Instead of just putting my hair back and actually make more of a statement. And then it went into bridal and baby stuff. And
wow.
It's expanded from there.
That is really exciting. So is photography safe to say that's your first love?
Yes, always.
Tell us about the photography side of it.
The photography started years ago, just randomly taking pictures of things. I kind of always see something in a way that makes it look like a still picture already. When I look at things, it almost is a still. I don't know how it happens, but I see the picture before it happens. So I was taking pictures of objects, and then about a year ago I started taking pictures of people. Friends of mine were singing, praising, worshiping God, and I started taking pictures, edited them, and they loved them. And then right after that I got asked to go on a mission trip to India as the photographer.
Oh wow.
And that was the most amazing experience, to be able to go and capture what was going on there.
Well, one of my questions I was going to ask you is what was the most memorable photo shoot, but I guess like the entire trip of India
the entire trip of India, I couldn't even say it was that was an amazing opportunity to be able to capture some of the things. There was a time when somebody on the trip, Kevin, was praying for somebody, and the man regained his eyesight, and I'm taking pictures of that. So it was actually amazing to literally catch glory as it was happening, and to catch and see these people who have leprosy, and mothers with their children, and just a different culture altogether, to be able to capture that and bring it home, because a lot of people sewed into that trip. So it was nice to be able to bring home and say, this is what happened, this is what we saw, and have them see it too.
How has it blessed your life just in general when you're taking pictures, being able to capture a memory or something so important in time like that? How is it for you?
I love it, because my favorite thing that I really am starting to actually get to experience is to take pictures of like a couple getting engaged, and then they come back when they have the baby, and they want like maternity pictures and baby pictures, and it's amazing to be able to be a part of somebody's life during the seasons that are changing, and to be able to have something to give them to save that. Because then they look at those pictures for the rest of their lives, they pass them down to their kids, and it means a lot to me. Like, I don't underestimate the trust that these people, extend to me to catch these times in their life, because they're once in a lifetime.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate the trust, and I try and give them the most beautiful images that I can, that really catch the mood and the moments, and the quiet moments, not always the obvious moments, but the quiet moments in between.
Now, having such a love and passion for something like photography, but then you also work full-time, so talk a little bit about the balance. How is it, do you feel like, obviously I know you want to have more time doing your photography full-time, but how is it balancing, finding time to do it all?
It kind of works at this stage, because a lot of the people that need photography also work full-time. So their availability is usually similar. It's hard, because then you kind of don't have weekends, typical weekends, but it's worth it. I mean, I love to take pictures. I absolutely adore editing. I enjoy it. It's fun to me, so it's not too much of a sacrifice. It's fun, but yeah, I eventually would hope to be able to do that and the design full time.
Now, how was the design birthed, I guess, from the imagery side of it?
the imagery side was putting me around a lot of weddings. It was putting me around a lot of baby showers, and I was seeing objects like invitations and save the dates and baby bows and bridal hair pieces, and it was just creating all this energy in me to be like, I know I can do something like that. I want to see if I can do it, and I would practice it, and I would find something and I would like it, and it just kind of surged from there. But it was really the photography put me around a lot of those situations where it fueled that fire to kind of pursue creating it.
I think you touched a little bit on this before, but maybe could you elaborate? What do you think really makes your designs inspired, eternally manifested?
I'm not trained in anything that I do. I've never taken a photography class. I've never taken a jewelry class. I've never done any of that. So God is literally working right through me, because I mean, technically in the natural, I don't know. I do feel like every time I take a picture, God takes it, because sometimes it's like my hands aren't there and I'm in total worship when I'm taking pictures. It's just a very intimate time with me and God. And I feel like he tells me where to look. He shows me things before they happen. So, I mean, that it's all God. Every picture is God, because I'm not trained. Right. You know, and it's just he allows all this to happen. It's definitely all glory to him.
And I know that has to take a tremendous amount of faith just to be able to step out there like that, not really knowing anything.
Yeah, because people are trusting you, and I know I'm able to come through. I wouldn't have ever stepped out if I knew I wasn't able to produce the product. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even try and say, oh, wear this on your wedding day if I wouldn't personally wear it, or if it wouldn't feel like that captured a moment that I would have wanted captured. But I have so much faith in God that I know it's going to come out. And at this point, it's allowed me to practice, so that I do have the technique. I do feel more trained. But it started out literally just God showing me a material, and I was like, let me see what I can do with that. It was amazing.
So talk a little bit about the challenge. And we know that God hasn't given us a spirit of fear, but he's given us a spirit of peace and love and a sound mind. But talk a little bit about the challenges in starting a business, like you're saying, not having the training, not knowing the resources. I know just from prior conversations you said, you might have sat on ideas for a while, but talk about that.
There was years where I had ideas of, I would see fashion, or I would see a picture and be like, I could have taken that, or I want to take something like that, or I would see an image and I didn't have a camera. The biggest obstacle initially was money. I didn't have enough money to get, camera equipment. It's a very expensive hobby to get into. Designing, that material costs a lot. Little pieces cost a lot. To make bridal pieces, it costs a lot. The Lord has been extremely favorable and gracious, because I've been able to find places to get the materials at a very resourceful price. I was blessed to receive a camera from a couple. They literally bought me the camera to shoot their wedding and to sew into my business. So everything that I've ever needed for photography, the Lord has literally provided, not in any indirect, like literally has a camera came to me, lighting equipment came to me, things like that. Like God literally just put it in my path, and I've been able to pursue it. So it's really amazing.
Talking about walking in the will of God.
Yes.
It's really awesome.
So those times of fear are completely overridden, because there's no question. I'm like, he wouldn't have given me the camera if I couldn't do it. He wouldn't have created a way to have the supplies or make these things if it wasn't his desire to do it and pursue it.
Right. So where do you see God taking your business for the imagery side and the design side?
Imagery side, I would love to do more weddings. I see my schedule filling up with people who want me to capture times of their lives, babies and weddings and birthdays, and that's amazing. So I do see that continuing. I would eventually love to have my own studio. For the design side, I would just love to keep having new collections every season, spring and fall, and be able to have brides wear my stuff. That would be such an honor, and be able to have the babies wearing things for their christenings and baptisms and things like that. So I do see it expanding. And then the design side also has a lot of the invitations and apparel and things like that. So it's definitely going to expand. But
well, you sound like a woman who knows where she's going. Is on their way there.
I have faith.
That is awesome. That is really awesome. So, where can we see examples of your photography, or if somebody wants to use your services, where can they go to see that?
Luce Imagery is my main website. That is my photography website. Everything photography-wise is right there. Prices, menus. I provide pricing online and packaging all online. One thing I found when I was a consumer, I didn't like having to email a photographer for a quote.
Absolutely.
I feel like just let me let you know what it's going to be. allows the bride to really shop, or whoever needs the picture. That's all online. And the La Luce Designs is going to be interweaved into that website.
Okay.
So everything will be found. Yes, okay. Everything. It'll have its own link to that through La Luce imagery, so that everything can be found in one spot.
That is really awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. And we'll have links to all of Ashley's wonderful websites, her photography and her design on our links page. And thank you again for coming.
Thank you. Yay.